Good morning, student. Now we are going to move forward in our first chapter of business studies, and our next topic will be social objective. In the earlier objective, we learnt about the economic objective of the business, which was survival, profit, and growth. Now, social objective. Social objective is related to the society or the entities which are there in the society, such as people, stakeholders are those people who have interest in your company, like supplier, okay, creditors, shareholders, etc. Now let's read it one by one. Supply of desired quality of product. The customer prefer to buy the product only when they are of satisfactory quality and are available at the reasonable price. So what is the thing which a customer demands? First of all, even if a thing is costly, you buy it. Why do you buy it? Simply because you want quality and you are ready to pay more money for that. If the good things comes to you at a cheaper price, then it will be the best deal for you. But the first thing as a customer or a consumer we look at is the quality first, because if you buy a cheap thing and it will not last for more than 2 or 3 days or like that, so you're never going to buy it or waste your money on it. So here the customer preferred first thing quality, then also at a reasonable price. Today customer is a quality conscious customer and he expects value for money. Quality means different for different products. For example, consumer goods such as refrigerator, TV, car, scooter, the quality may mean durability, and for the product like pressure cooker, gas cylinder, quality means safety. For product like pulses, spices, medicines, the quality may be purity. So here we can see that the quality can be differentiated. If you are going to buy something like TV or refrigerator, so these are durable goods. They are going to last for 7 to 8 years long. So here what do we expect? We want them to really work. So the quality comes first. So here we look at the durability. Those products should be durable. It should not happen that you are buying a fridge and it is not working within 1 or 2 months. So this is not the quality which will be provided by the companies, because we buy a refrigerator at a higher prices. Now in the second case, if we talk about pressure cooker or gas cylinder, so here what will be the meaning of quality? It should be safety. So on pressure cooker you must have seen ISI mark is there, which is nothing but a safety mark. So it ensures the safety that if you are cooking something, the pressure cooker is not going to burst. So that is ISI mark which ensures the safety of the product. Similarly, if you talk about kesar, pulses, spices, medicines, chocolates, so what do you think? What do you want from those things which are eatables? When you eat something, you want it to be hygienic or pure. So here we check the purity. To survive in the market for the long run and to maintain the goodwill, the businessman must supply products with the right quality at the right price. So here if the company, in order to survive, because there is lot of competition in the market, and if the company want to survive with that, so what they will have to do, they will have to produce the quality first. So quality is the first thing which they ensure, because a customer will only come to you again, means again demand for your goods, if he likes the quality of your products. So this is the first thing. The company always focuses that whatever the company is manufacturing, it should have a decent quality and also at a right price. If you're producing a good quality but you are keeping price very high, then also the customer will not come to you. So that is a drawback, and every company focuses on the quality first and then the prices, and prices must be according to the competition and the cost which has been incurred in the production process. Now let us move to the second point: avoidance of unfair trade practices. Anti-social or unfair trade practices include black marketing, adulteration, hoarding, overcharging, etc. Here, black marketing means if you are not, suppose one product is not available in the market and you are just selling it outside without bill, so that is called as Black marketing. Suppose in India there is demand for the mobile phones which are not available or which are not still launched in India, but still you will find some people selling those phones in India. So this is called as the gray market. It is also called as the black marketing. Many times this word comes when you talk about the people who are just hiding the supplies of the grains and they are selling it at a very higher price. So that is also example of black marketing. Now adulteration. Adulteration means mixing or just mixing something with the product. Suppose for example, if somebody is making noodles, Maggi noodles. Let us take an example of Nestle. Nestle Maggi is the product of the Nestle. So what this company was doing, they were doing adulteration. They were mixing some wrong quality of ingredients in the packet of masala over there. So that is called as adulteration. In order to make more profit, sometimes the company do the adulteration, which may cause harm for the human life, and it can bring to you to the death also in some cases. So adulteration is a dangerous thing. Hoarding means if you are stopping something at one place. Suppose you need to sell something in the market. Suppose you are a trader of wheat and you are just holding the stock of rice with you and you're not selling in the market in anticipation that in future the prices of the rice will rise in the market and that you're going to make profits. Here overcharging means charging extra money. Sometimes the sellers charge overprice for the product. So all these activities are called as unfair trade practices. Aggregating in advertisement about the uses of the product is an unfair trade practice too. Many times the companies used to bluff the people by showing them wrong advertisements. They try to influence the mind of the people, and because of that the people were not able to judge the product completely and they will buy it. You have seen this in the product X deodorant. In this product, in the advertisement they have shown that a person is there, he's using the deodorant and thousands of people are attracted towards him because of the good smell of the perfume. Later on, one person complained against the company that this does not happen with him. Whatever the claim was provided by the deodorant company, it was not worth it. So here he filed a case against the company. So all these things are comes under unfair trade practices. No society accepts these practices. With these practices, a businessman will not only lose his reputation, but it is punishable under law. Now here, firstly, the customer will not accept such a company who are indulged in such kind of activities like adulteration, black marketing, hoarding. So the customer is not going to come to you. Second thing, it is also punishable by law. If you are found guilty, then there is punishment for it. Just like in Nestle case, Nestle was asked to pay fine or penalties for this adulteration. Though the punishment can be in the form of imprisonment, which means jail, or both. The businessman must have social objective to avoid these practices for earning profit. So what the business should do? They should avoid all these things in order to make profits. They should just follow that how to satisfy the society, because ultimately the products are made for the society. So whatever you providing for the society should be good in quality. Third thing, the third point here is employment generation. So employment is a major factor of every society. The businessman must create employment opportunity and help in overcoming this basic problem of developing countries. Now what we should do here, or a businessman should do here in this case, everywhere where the business firms are there, they should focus on creating employment in the society so that the people over there, they should be able to earn some income and they can spend that income on their families. So what will happen because of that? If the employment will be there, firstly you'll serve the society by giving them opportunity to earn. At the same point of time when they will earn income, they will spend on your goods and services. So it is good to generate employment opportunity. So this is the third responsibility toward the society here. So the business employs people to perform different types of work. By employing people at work, a businessman helps in flow of income to the society. While creating employment opportunity, a businessman must give special consideration to the handicapped, disabled and the poor people. So here the company should give some attention to the people who are handicapped, so at least they also should be provided with some kind of jobs, at least like disabled and poor people. This will improve the public image of the business. What will happen if a company is doing that or generating employment for the people? Suddenly that company will attract the minds of lot of people, and they will develop the sense of respect toward that company. This increases the goodwill of the company in the market. The employee must be imparted training also, so that they can update their knowledge and can fulfill the demands of the job. So here proper training should also be provided to the employees, and they can, so that there will be chance for the people or the employee to update their knowledge and they can fulfill whatever the demand is there from the job. Now the fourth point, social service or community service. The large business houses undertake various projects such as community service, like running charitable dispensaries, school, hospital, etc. The big companies can help in social services program run by the NGOs and government organization by contributing large amount of funds in the form of donations, charities, etc. Participating in the social service program add to the reputation of the company, and company can establish a good public image. For example, Tata company is spending a fixed amount every year on social service projects. So here a company should also contribute towards the charitable purposes. Also they should also open some schools, hospitals for the society. They should be contributing in the services program run by the NGOs and government. Somewhere if NGO is doing something for the environment or the local area people, so the company should also go hand in hand with such kind of organization and they should help. They can also do the same thing by providing some donations and financial help to all such kind of organizations. This will later on develop a good image of the company in the eyes of the public. For example, Tata company is given. So Tata, even the Birla company is there, which has opened hospitals and schools for the children of the local area where the company is established. So why the company and what is the need to spend money like this? Why a company will open a school or a college to provide education, a hospital for taking care of the people's diseases and illnesses? So what is the need? All these things just increase the image of the company, and when the company increase in goodwill, then definitely they will earn profit in the long run, because here the company is just like creating a relationship with the society. So here if you create a relation, then definitely the people will be attracted towards your company and your image will be very strong in their eyes. Now the fifth one, under society's objective, this is the last one, avoidance of pollution. Now pollution is a severe problem. Many companies are just polluting the resources like air, water. So all this should be avoided. Let us read it. Industrialization has led to the major problem of pollution. The industrialists throw or den their waste in the lakes, rivers, etc., which pollutes water. So here they're talking about the water pollution. So where this waste goes, some companies are following this in today's scenario very nicely, and they're dumping and taking care of the waste in a systematic manner, and they incurred heavy expenses for such kind of doings. Now here there are companies which does not follow this thing, and they dump their waste in the lake, river, and thus pollutes the environment or water resources. I will give a good example. Like in Delhi, there are a lot of cancer patients are there. So why in a city like Delhi the cancer patients are so high? In Delhi there are a lot of industries, and the waste will come out from the factories and industries. So where this waste goes, they will just dump the waste here and there. When the rainfall will come, all this waste or chemicals will drain down and mix up with the groundwater. This groundwater is used by the people of Delhi. This is the thing which caused cancer for most of the people. Later it was hid by giving bribery to the government officials. So no action has been taken against such a company. But this should be stopped because it's serving the society and the company should take care of it. The smoke coming out of the chimneys of the industries pollute the environment. As the businessman has added to the spreading of pollution, so it becomes the moral duty of the businessman to come forward and help the solving the problem of pollution. The businessman must adopt the environmental friendly techniques of production and should drain the waste material in such a way that these do not pollute the environment. So here a businessman, it is a duty of the businessman that they should stop this kind of pollution. It is a moral duty. They should understand what is right and wrong, and this thing is not right. So they should try to solve this problem. They should plant more trees, try to provide good water facilities or some treatment. If you are running a company like a chemical company you are running, then you should at least you should create some kind of hospital somewhere. Okay, if you're running some company, you can create good facilities for disposing the waste, especially when it comes to air pollution. You can raise the height of your chimneys, so from that height if the smoke will go, it will disperse into the air and it will do less harm to the people. So business must adapt environmental friendly techniques. So now today the thing is that there are some environmental friendly techniques to produce the goods, which is called as eco-friendly techniques. So if a company is doing that, then automatically we can say that this company will create an image, good image in the eyes of the people, because actually they are supporting the environment, they are saving the environment. So here they can avoid the pollution by some investment. They will have to make some investment, but at least there will be less pollution and earth will be a happy place to live. So they should not pollute the environment here. Now, human or personal objective. Now we'll talk about the employees of the company. Human or individual objective are related to the employees of the organization. Employees are valuable resources who contribute significantly to the success in organization or business. To get maximum from these employees and keep the employees motivated, the business must take care of the employees by pursuing their individual needs. The common individual objectives are providing good working condition. Now if an employee is working, see, if an employee is working, then definitely that employee is coming to you only for salaries, for having some security, to make a good living, for getting promotions. So there are things an employee need. So what are the things we are going to discuss this now? Okay, because the business is earning simply because the people are working for them. So they should take care and treat the human like assets. Just if a machine is there, if it is an asset, then human or employee which is working in the company, they all are your assets too. They're called as human assets. Now here the first thing they should provide this providing good working condition to the worker, because any place, doesn't matter whatever the company is, if the place is dirty and there is not healthy condition for work, then nobody will like to work at such a company. So they should take care of this thing, that the health of the employee remains good. So they should provide them good working conditions. Second, payment of competitive salary. What is competitive salary? See, if a company is there and competitors are also there, then as per the competition they should think what will be the good salary or reasonable salary which we can offer in uh, such a stage of competition. So that thing means a competitive salary should be given to the employees in terms of remunerations. Okay, so whatever work they will do, they will be providing them some competitive salary, so they will not feel awkward that the other company is paying less, they are paying more. Okay, so this will not be the condition. So personal growth and development of employee, imparting training to the employee and keep updating the knowledge. The third thing what the company should do is to give training to the employee. So this thing, if you give training, the first thing the employee will learn the process or work very quickly. Second thing, also the chances of accidents will reduce. Fourth, peer recognition and respect by encouraging employee initiating and participating in decision making. So they should respect the encourage and they should encourage the employees to give new ideas and fresh ideas. And when the employees will take initiatives and they will provide ideas, it will be just like giving them some reward in front of everyone, and they should be recognized by the help of some rewards or medal or certificate should be given to them. So when their status will also be lifted, they will be happy. This thing is also required in the social needs, because every person wants some praise to be done. If even if some employees will clap for him, that will be just great for him. So this thing is also important when it comes to personal objective. It is not about salary, always money. Sometimes even appreciation works. Okay, so you need to appreciate the efforts of the employee. Now the fifth point here, providing special benefits such as housing facility, medical facility, and free education children. Now these are benefits which should be provided, but many companies are not provided because the cost will be more if they will do so. So some of the companies like Birla cement factory is there, so they are doing it. They are providing house to live in, just some medical free medical facilities are there, free education for the children is there in Chhattisgarh state. So all these things are being provided free of cost to them, but every company cannot provide that, because they will not be able to do, because this incurs a lot of cost. Okay, but they should do it. This is just like a responsibility. They should, if possible, they should do it. So this was it. These were the business objectives. Okay, what are those? Economic objective, social objective, and personal objective. So today we have completed this. So I'll be seeing you in the next class. Till then, thank you.